Right now, the Iranian regime is bombing our civilians.
So you're saying that the Iranian regime is bombing your neighborhoods? Sir, did you not start the attacks, killing their generals? Didn't you? Wait a minute. Sir, you started this. You started attacking these people. So now they're terrorists, even though you're the one who tried terrorizing them. So, wait a minute, continue.
Neighborhoods while we are targeting the terrorists. Now, this is not new. They've tried to.
Sir, in your attacks, you killed children. Matter of fact, you've been killing children since October 7th. You've killed 17,000 plus children. So how are you targeting so-called terrorists? These are defenders of their land. How? Sir, you are the aggressor.
Assassinate President Trump twice. They bombed American embassies. They killed 241 Marines in Beirut. They killed and injured thousands of Americans with their IEDs in Iraq and Afghanistan. They burn the American flag. They chant endlessly, "Death to America."
You see, sir, you can BS the Democrats. You can BS the Republicans. But you're not going to BS all of the American people. Some of us can see right through you. You got a list of everything that these people have done. What have you done? The spying. What have you done? You have created the enemies for America. I mean, let's just tell the truth. Those are your enemies that you have created. And I understand that the American hands are not clean in all this. But sir, it's because of you.
Our enemy is your enemy. And by doing what we're doing, we're dealing with something that will threaten all of us sooner or later.
You see, sir, here's the problem. You want enemies. We want friends. We want allies. Your victory won't be the American people's victory. What you are doing is internationally illegal. You are playing the victim when you are the aggressor. These people's land doesn't belong to you. You are in hostile territory where you don't belong. And that's the truth. This is the truth channel. You are labeling defenders, these people are defending their territory, and you're calling them terrorists. When you're the terrorist, you're the one bringing terror to the region, sir. And then you come to America and you BS the American people. You control the Democrats and you control the Republicans. I'm not into this political taking sides. Because both the Democrats and the Republicans have sold out the American people. Nobody speaks against you because there are consequences to speaking up against you. But this is the truth channel. We're going to tell the truth. And we have receipts. We are going to show what happens to people that speaks out against you. So don't come here saying your victory is our victory. No, it's not. Your victory is your victory. Your enemies are your enemies.
Our victory will be your victory.
Sir, there's no victory built on blood. There's no real victory built on killing people and murdering kids and women. There's no victory in that.
I was watching videos coming out of Gaza and crying with friends. I started learning about how colonization, capitalism, and white supremacy need each other to exist and how they were at the root of the neck. But 76 years ago, that never ended for the people of Palestine. I was taking it all in and I was silent. I was scared. I was thinking about myself. I didn't want to be labeled anti-Semitic. I didn't want to get canceled and lose my career. I didn't want to lose fans. I didn't want to offend anyone. But at a certain point, I couldn't believe those voices anymore. My heart had just enough cracks in it that the light of Palestinian resistance, struggle, and unwavering faith cracked it open. Once you learn the real history, you can't unlearn it. Once you get past the media and the White House focusing solely on October 7th, once you begin to look at October 6th, 5th, 4th, and the 75 years before of oppression and displacement, that's when the truth opens up. And once you look under the hood and realize our government officials are bought and paid for by the Israel lobby, you can't look at our so-called democracy the same way. Once you understand that our tax dollars are funding a genocide that we are watching in real time in the palm of our hands, I believe it is our moral obligation to adamantly protest the atrocities we are witnessing and funding, or we are complicit.
The government of Israel controls the United States.
Yes, that's definitely true.
It does. No, let's just keep it real. I mean, come on. We're literally, by the way, how many students at this point? Obviously, Mahmoud Khalil was the first student who was arrested, sent away. No one even knew which detention center for some days until we finally figured out where he was. He was just the first one.
And then there's Öztürk that was in Boston.
Yes.
And she's working on her PhD. She did an op-ed talking about economic boycott of Israel. They're like, that's it, you're under arrest and you're gonna get deported.
That's crazy. Okay, that's
for an op-ed?
That is supposed to go against our values as Americans.
Does Israel control Washington, D.C.?
Yes.
You'd have to be really a giant liar or enormously biased to say that they don't. You'd have to go out of your way to twist reality to say they don't. Of course they do.
I know war. What's going on in Palestine right now is not a war. It's not. It is the dehumanization. It's the genocide. It's the ethnic cleansing of a specific people to take their land. This is not war. These are people that are defending themselves. I see this constantly where people are just repeatedly dehumanizing these people. This is wrong. And there's nothing more American than speaking out against what's wrong. I can't tell you how many times I've seen horrible things. And this takes it to an entirely new level. The US taxpayer is paying for this, which makes it even more frustrating. I'm paying for this. I am seeing what's happening to this. Whatever you can do, anything, this needs to stop.
If Israel wants to carry out war crimes, they shouldn't do it with our money. That you can't, on one hand, demand that American taxpayers who are desperate for a better life here in America, they need to hand over billions of dollars to the Israeli government and the IDF, and we need to shut the F up about any of our critique. AIPAC is evil. AIPAC is evil, evil. My fellow Americans, are you okay with that? Are you okay with a lobbying group representing the best interests of a foreign government telling you need to bust your every day, work a job that you likely hate, and have a portion of your earnings taken from you by our federal government and funneled to the Israeli government so they can commit atrocities in the Gaza Strip. Are you okay with that?
Right now, the Iranian regime is bombing our civilian neighborhoods while we are targeting the terrorists. Now, this is not new. They've tried to assassinate President Trump twice. They bombed American embassies. They killed 241 Marines in Beirut. They killed and injured thousands of Americans with their IEDs in Iraq and Afghanistan. They burn the American flag. They chant endlessly, "Death to America." Our enemy is your enemy. And by doing what we're doing, we're dealing with something that will threaten all of us sooner or later. Our victory will be.
You go fight Iran. You go form an army and fight Iran. You go to Israel and fight Hamas. We are American people. It's not our problem. And you're not going to convince us otherwise. We're done. Israel has been convincing us that their issues and their enemies in the Middle East are ours since the 80s. And all it's done is cost us trillions of dollars and tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of American lives. We are done. The deception is over. The game is over. And you're not going to insult us because we're done playing. You're not going to insult us because we're done with Israel's wars and done with you controlling the right-wing geopolitical discourse. We're done, and we're not going to be insulted. You've gone too far. Israel's time running our foreign policy is over.